Hey everyone. In this video, I just want to demonstrate how a generator works. Usually I would show this in class and we would build a simple motor, which is basically just the opposite of a generator. But we're going to have to use a simulation for that. I'll post a link for this simulation, but your computer needs to be able to run Java in order for the simulation to work. Now in this uh, section of the simulation, we just have our magnet, and then we have a light bulb that is attached to a coil of wire. And what we have been learning is that if we can change the magnetic flux through a coil of wire, then we can induce a EMF, which would induce a current through the light bulb. So we can change the magnetic flux by either a couple of ways. We can just move the magnetic field toward the light, and you can see it turn on a little bit. We can move it away from the light. We can also rotate it. So if I put this here and I go over to the top up here, I can flip the polarity, and as you can see, the light will flash when I do that. So if I keep clicking polarity, keep flipping the polarity of the magnetic field, then that's going to constantly turn the light on, but I can't click fast enough to make it stay constant. Okay, so I can do that. If I could change the magnitude of the field strength, then that should induce a current. So you can see that either increasing or decreasing, doesn't matter. So those are a couple of ways to induce the induce the current. If I increase the amount of loops and then do what I was doing before, the amount of current should be a little bit greater. And then a little bit less if I decrease the amount of loops. So this is basically the goal for a generator, is we need to change the magnetic flux at some rate in order to induce a current. So if we go over here to the generator, here's our simple generator. We have, again, a light attached to a coil of wire. And then we have this wheel that can be turned using water. So this would be an example of hydroelectric energy source. So the whole idea with creating cleaner forms of energy is what is the most efficient way to spin a magnet through a coil of wire, or vice versa, you can spin the coil through a magnetic field. What is the most efficient, cleanest way to do that? And so here's an example of that. If I turn this water on, let's go ahead and look at the field. So you can see the field all around the magnet. If I turn the water on, then the entire magnet is going to spin, and that should turn the light on. And so now we see an induced EMF being created, and the light is turned on. Again, if we increase the amount of loops, then that's going to increase the current. If we decrease the amount of loops, that's going to decrease current. We could also change the magnetic field strength. So decreasing the field strength is going to give us a smaller current. Increasing field strength gives us a larger current.